smash it. Finish the hook. Nice! Come on, do that. Let's go. There you go. Here she comes. Roll it. Take it. Take it. Here come. Get out of here. Good work, Abe.
I have been ill with CFS ME for 13 years. ME is a multi-systemic illness that has sort of a cluster of symptoms, which is basically extremely ill feeling after doing sort of any small amount of exertion. It's like having a dysfunctional battery where normally if you have a working battery, you can just charge it in and boom, you're ready to go. You've got energy for the day. Whereas with this, it's like you're stuck at 5% and you've got a very limited amount to do anything before you have to go and recharge, and recharging can take a long time. When I got sick, it was, well, first of all, just an extreme fatigue. Even just moving across the room could immediately make me feel ill, and just, it was like my whole body was made of lead. There have been moments where it was like I was disoriented and go to try to understand what someone's saying or read a book, and I could read the words on the page, but I couldn't make sense of what it was. If you go ahead and do it anyway, you feel worse and then yet worse. And it's invisible because I have no external signs of illness. I look and act perfectly healthy, and people don't know the sort of limitations and struggles that you have as a person living with such a chronic illness. When I was well, physical activity was one of my main sources of happiness. It's something that hurts my heart when I see people out exercising or hear them talk about it. And we'll never forget that freedom, the endorphin rush that you get from exercising. It's completely changed the way I've had to live.
This is a collage for my travels, representing the 50 countries and counting that I've traveled to.
It's really with very careful calculation about what I'm doing, what's plan A, B, C. So I had calculated, what's the worst case scenario? Okay, this could set me off for another couple of weeks. Is that worth that? It forces me to think in a very foreign way because it's just not in my nature. We are neglected from society and certainly the medical and political establishments. There are popular diseases and there are orphan diseases. This is something that has gotten very little attention, very little funding, and very little respect. A lot of people have been sort of impoverished by this disease, having trouble even getting on disability, but people who have so little energy, so little resources, put themselves on the line really to try to advocate for themselves and for future people suffering from this. It seems that's the only way that things are going to change, because no one is just going to stand up and care if we don't do that for ourselves. The most terrifying thing when I first got sick was the fact that, yeah, you don't die from this and you don't progressively get sicker, but you will never get better. There are so many things that I'm able to say, you know what, I boxed against the woman who is now ranked 3rd in the world in her weight class, and I've been to the top of Kilimanjaro. But there is so much more I still want to do. You always think that you've got the rest of your life, and you never think at the age of early 30s, physical life in that sense is sort of over.